Coming up next, Dave, we have the event director. I've got Vic with me. This is a big event going on. I don't think people realize how much there is. There's how many courts, how many sports. We've got paddleball, we've got racquetball, we've got handball. Talk about what it's been like for you as a director.
It's been a lot of fun as a director. Losing my voice a little bit, I apologize. But it's been
Who have you been screaming at?
I've really just been pushing people on the courts and trying to rile up the crowd. And you know, it's been a pretty learning experience. We grew the event by over 100 players from last year. Racquetball alone went from 235 players to 318 players. Handball went from about 250 to 312 players. Paddleball doubled its participation this year as well. We're doing something right.
What's the response been like to combine these three sports together?
It's been a really good experience. Most of us came from courts and parks where we compete for space. So we're usually adversaries, like hurry and get the courts before the handball guys come or before the paddleball guys come. And usually it's that kind of an environment back home. But everyone who's come here, when they go back home, it's more like, I saw you in Vegas, how'd you do? And it's turned more of into a family experience. A lot of harmony. We're like Florida alone. We brought people from all three sports. We have over 80 some people flew in from Florida.
Amazing, and as well as what goes on here, transforming this entire parking lot into these courts. When does it all start? What is the process like?
Well, that's a big ordeal. The three-wall ball team starts building the courts the week before. This is a parking lot. This is the parking lot of the Stratosphere Hotel. It's where the campers and trailers typically park. We get it for this event. We build 15 courts here. There's 2 courts around back. There's 12 three-wall courts and 3 one-wall courts, all different variations of racquetball. And it's another one of the great things about this event is that it brings people from all the different variations of all the sports. In handball, there's a whole gang from the West Coast that plays three-wall handball. There's a gang from the East Coast, they play one-wall handball. The same thing with racquetball. What we end up doing is people try something they never tried. A lot of the guys never would have tried three-wall. They're one-wall players. Now they're out here playing three-wall and loving it. So it's made new experiences, build a lot of bridges. It's been a lot of fun.
Neat to see. I know it's not near over yet for you, but what's been one of your favorite things so far this weekend?
You know, I gotta say, 600 and some people having the time of their lives, and the people constantly telling me it's the most fun they ever had in a tournament. It just makes you feel good that you're doing something and creating a harmony between the three sports. It's historic. No other event has ever done handball, paddleball, racquetball, and we don't have some of the people here. We've got the very best handball, paddleball, and racquetball players in the world. We've got people from 25 different states from America, Bolivia, Colombia, Canada. We've got a gang from Hawaii here. Ireland, we had a couple of guys from Ireland, a couple of guys from England. So it's a worldwide event, it's a national event, it's and people that never would have known each other and played with each other now, once a year, that was fun. Once a year we end up getting back together and old friends, you know, we feel like we're old friends. You know, I have people that I consider best friends that I only know from coming and traveling to these tournaments. So it's very heartwarming to know that so many people love this event. And you know, the pros come here and it's for them a serious competition. But there's about 10% or 20% of the people who are pros. The overwhelming majority of the people here are recreational players that come for the experience and for the camaraderie. And it's not about the racquetball or the handball or the paddleball, it's about being with your friends.
I'm going to have us scoot up a little bit here so they can warm up. I know that we've already had some balls flying at us. Yeah. So I know that your focus has mostly been racquetball as far as event directing. You, in fact, have a tournament that you also run in March. Tell me about that and how it coincides with this one a little bit.
Well, I would say it kind of led the way to having one wall here. I run the Beach Bash on Hollywood Beach, on the most gorgeous beach in the whole world in Hollywood Beach, Florida. The courts are right on the sand. You know, you're about 100 yards from the court to the ocean. You know, one wall is a form of racquetball that used to only be played in New York, and they're great at it. You know, over the past 7-8 years, only New Yorkers ever won my tournament. But it went from being a sport that only New Yorkers like. The New Yorkers came down, started coming to my tournament on Hollywood Beach called the Beach Bash. And little by little by little, people from around the country said, that looks like fun. I never played one wall before. I'll give it a shot. They come down. How'd you like playing one wall? Well, I'm not very good at one wall, but I had a good time, and I loved meeting all the New Yorkers and all the different cultures. And I can tell you that the culture in Belle Isle in Detroit, and the culture in New York, and the culture in Florida, and the culture on the West Coast in California, distinctly different, but it's become a real family affair. It's the only way to put it. But now we used to only partner with our local people. Now I look forward to partnering with my friend Cliff Swain from Minnesota. Now the guys from New York are partnering with the guys from California, and it's become a way that people are making friends across country. It's been a lot of fun.
Being part of more of the racquetball world, what is it like for you to see the handball going on here? What have you learned about that sport?
I have really learned to respect how physically conditioned they are. Racquetball's faster, and you need to be quicker, and you need to have faster reflexes, but I am amazed at the actual durability and physical, just their strength. If these guys can go out there with their hands and put that kind of power on the ball, and they don't have that extra reach. I'm an old-time paddleball player, so I'm kind of used to paddleball, but the actual physical, each sport has its own strength. The paddleball players are precise. When they hit the ball, they hit it within inches of where they aim it. They're really precise. They hit great lobs. They hit great dinks. They aim the ball, and it's perfect. The racquetball players are faster, and it's a lightning speed game, and the reflexes of the racquetball players are just amazing. But the physical strength of the handball players is really what you have to play that sport.
Talk about what's coming up tonight and tomorrow as well.
Well, tonight coming up, we're going to have a color guard presentation, and we're going to honor all first responders. We're going to have a presentation done by the Military Racquetball Federation. Earlier this weekend, we had a tournament with injured veterans that are in wheelchair. They played wheelchair racquetball with an able-bodied person, so we had 1-1. All the proceeds from that went to military racquetball, which then in turn goes to the Wounded Warriors. All the players who played in the wheelchair division are going to be honored here in this color guard as well. So it's just a way to honor the people, mainly the military, but all first responders, police, fire, ambulance, paramedics. We're going to honor all of them, but it's all done by the Military Racquetball Federation. And this sport and all three sports want to honor those people who have done what they can to protect us. It started out in the very first year. It's a tradition we're never going to stop. We
do have an interview coming up with one of the veterans who actually I got to interview yesterday, and we're going to show that as well before that celebration. And then tomorrow, what's to come tomorrow?
Tomorrow's going to be all the big matches, all the finals. Tomorrow we're going to have the men's pro doubles finals, the women's pro doubles finals, the singles finals. Tomorrow is when the best of the best of the best in every division are going to be playing. On Thursday we weed out the weaker players. Come Friday and Saturday is the middle, and usually by Saturday and today you never know who's going to win. With this many people here, the quality of play, the quality of, any one of 8 teams could have won the pros. When I talk to 20 people, who's going to win the pros? Any one of 8. But tomorrow, it's down to the end. Who's going to win it?
How proud of you of yourself and the people all around you to pull this off?
Well, I don't know if I'm proud of myself, but I'm proud of my team. The team of guys that pulled off getting people on the courts. We had a few hiccups, but the 3-wall ball team that actually builds the courts, they're amazing. I'm not part of that end of it. I'm part of getting people on the courts, coordinating the event, and the teamwork between paddleball, handball, racquetball. It's historic. Again, usually we're even at the leadership level competing for venues. Now we're working together. Hey, do you have another court for me? Yeah, go ahead and share it. I have a guy that's never played racquetball. He wants to try it. Would you try it? I'm more proud of what we've done for all 3 sports to build excitement and to have people talking about it. People go home from this tournament in all 3 sports excited to come back, telling their friends they need to come back, and telling everyone who will listen. And Facebook's going to blow up with people saying, I had the best time of my life. It's happened 5 years in a row. This is year 6. It's going to happen again.
Vic, so great meeting you this year. Thanks for talking to me.
Pleasure.
We'll let them take it over on this court. All right, back to you guys.